thanks for to this organizers also for giving me this opportunity. Thanks a lot. Well, we will take the questions in the form of you can write your questions and we will pass it on to the speakers. And because of we are running short of time, we will immediately start this next session. Dr. Raghu first.
Continuing with the theme of the consciousness left over from the previous speakers, we will now focus on a different aspect of consciousness. The speakers who are due to come is going to focus on one, the Vedantic perspective, and secondly, in terms of how to address world peace in terms of consciousness. So we've had quite a bit of a discussion on various different aspects from the Upanishad perspective and many other perspectives. So the previous session was mainly about mental health and consciousness, the DNA and consciousness, and thirdly on whether the consciousness is within or without. So without losing much time, I would like to invite Honorable Yogi Amarnath ji for the next session. He will be the first speaker. He requires no introduction because as we always say, but biodata, we always talk about bio means biology or physical. So the biodata is always essentially about the physical body. The soul does not require any introduction. So when we use the word biodata, we are essentially talking about the center point, which is the I, me or the mind. The spiritual journey really begins when the I is dissolved and you move into a different realm. So Honorable Yogi Amarnath ji is a renowned scholar and sadhak from Himalayan Yogi. He will be talking today on the consciousness from Vedantic perspective. Please give him a round of big applause. I hand over the talk to him.
पहले मैं आपके अंदर के अल्टीमेट रियलिटी को प्रणाम करता हूँ, क्योंकि आज मुझे रियलिटी पे बोलना है. टुडे वी हैव टू स्पीक ऑन रियलिटी, अल्टीमेट रियलिटी. डॉक्टर विश्वधर्मी, डॉक्टर कराट सर, father of our supercomputer, beloved Bhatkar Sahib, all dignitaries and my friends, let me be a little frank with you. As a monk, I am in intellectuals crowd. So my condition is like Arjuna, Siddhanti mama gatrani, I am sharing. What do I speak? सुबह से आपको लोगों ने ब्रेकफास्ट दिया, लंच दिया, डिनर दिया, इतना कुछ दिया, अब मैं क्या बोलूं? एक फ्रूट छोटा सा मैं दे सकता हूं. वो भी मेरी रिक्वेस्ट सीनियर कराड़ सर से और ऑर्गेनाइजिंग कमेटी से है, एज अ servants of God, I request for little more time. नहीं तो मैं क्या दूं आपको इतने कम समय में? सारा महासागर कोई कहे चम्मच से निकालो थोड़ा थोड़ा पानी. हाउ इज इट पॉसिबल टू एम्प्टी द ओशन? मैं सुबह से सुन रहा हूं कितने सब्जेक्ट, कितने स्कॉलर्स, मेरे चारों तरफ डॉक्टर्स ही डॉक्टर, और मैं एक कंपाउंडर, सिंगल कंपाउंडर, आइदर मेडिसिन का डॉक्टर, पीएचडी डॉक्टर, ऑल आर डॉक्टर. और मेरे सामने न्यूरो बैठे हैं, वो न्यूरो, मैं जीरो, क्या बोलूं? So I'll try to dispense something what I know. I won't use the word knowledge. It has got a big depth. वो शिव धनुष्य उठाने जैसा है. What I know, I'll share little. एक इंटरव्यू सेशन था मर्चेंट नेवी के ऑफिस में, एंड दे आर कॉल्ड न्यूली पास्ड रेडियो ऑफिसर्स. तो उनका अपॉइंटमेंट होना था. इट वॉज इंटरव्यू सेशन. वो सारे बैठे थे, तो सगळे बसले होते इन वेटिंग लाउंज, एंड वैकेंसी वॉज फॉर 10 लोगों की उनको ज़रूरत थी. लेकिन शॉर्ट लिस्ट करते करते 100 कैंडिडेट तिथे बसले होते प्रतीक्षेत, वेटिंग फॉर कॉल. They have invited, all were sitting in waiting lounge. Of course, they were with their resume, biodata, Aadhaar card or documents. They were sitting there. Since morning, they were sitting. After few minutes, one candidate suddenly got up. He went inside the cabin, and with smiling face, he came out and went away. They couldn't make out. उनको पता नहीं चला, त्यांना कळलं नाही काय इंटरव्ह्यू आहे. एक आत गेला, आम्ही बसून आहोत, कोण बोलवत नाही. देयर इज नो वन टू अटेंड, कोई बुला भी नहीं रहा है, हम बैठे हैं, ये क्या हो रहा है. 1 घंटा गया, किसने बुलाया ही नहीं. 2 घंटा हो गया, 2 hours passed, किसने बुलाया नहीं, कोणी बोलवलं नाही. होल लाउंज इज फुल विथ कैंडिडेट्स. 2 घंटे के बाद ऑल द डायरेक्टर्स केम आउट इन द वेटिंग लाउंज. ते सगळे डायरेक्टर बाहेर आले आणि त्यांनी सांगितलं, सॉरी, इंटरव्यू सेशन इज ओव्हर, यू कॅन गो होम. देयर वॉज बिग chaos. You have called us for interview, we are waiting since morning, and suddenly you are saying, जाओ. अभी तो यंग ब्लड, आप जानते हैं कॉलेज में कैसा होता है, सब भड़क गए. व्हाट फॉर यू आर कॉल्ड, इट्स अवर इंसल्ट, वेस्ट ऑफ टाइम, एनर्जी, मनी, लेबर, ये क्या है, तू बुलाए क्यों. सो द डायरेक्टर्स ऑल्सो कुडंट कंट्रोल द सिचुएशन. इट्स अ बिग chaos. देन CEO केम आउट, Chief Executive Officer came out. He told the young crowd, calm down, cool down, you all are rejected. They said, how come without interview you are rejecting? Sheer injustice, अन्याय है. तुम्ही आता घरी जायला सांगता, अन्याय आहे. आम्ही काय केलं, आमची काय चूक आहे, सिद्ध करा. Please cool down. We have selected one candidate. And then this is partiality, they screamed. भांडायला लागले, big argument. So please listen. Please listen. ऐका, सुनो शांति से. हम आप सब लोग आए, ever since all of you have come since morning, we have been transmitting radio message. One by one come inside, one by one come inside. हम संदेश भेजते रहे, किसी ने उसकी दखल भी नहीं ली. It was interview of radio officers. हम संदेश भेजे, सिग्नल भेजे. We have been transmitting messages and messages. Only one candidate noticed it. He came inside. He was passed in the interview. all of you were just sitting and sitting and sitting. You are not capable radio officers. Go home. They were stunned. उनको तो शॉक लगा, ये क्या हो गया? They were unaware of the signals. That is called lack of awareness. That is called lack of awareness. They were ready. So there is difference between readiness and awareness. Suddenly jumping upon the consciousness, पहले कुछ स्टेजेस समझने की कोशिश करेंगे. First comes simple awareness. Then comes pure awareness. Then the further stages come. हम स्कूल में जाते, वी जॉइन फर्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड, सेकंड, थर्ड, बाद में 10th, देन ग्रेजुएशन, देन पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन. वैसे मन की अवस्था, साइकिक स्टेजेस के जो टप्पे हैं, जो अवस्थाएं, उनको समझने की आप कोशिश करो इंस्टेड ऑफ सडनली जंपिंग ऑन कॉन्शियसनेस, तो कंफ्यूजन ना हो. बाकी डीएनए की बात तो मैं कर नहीं सकता सर. मेरा डीएनए क्या है? डियर नारायणा अनंत, ये मैं जानता हूं. डियर नारायणा अनंत. आज सर दो बहुत खुश है, दो महात्मा. एक थोड़ा सा MIT पे 2 मिनट बोलता हूं विथ योर काइंड परमिशन. आज हम सब खुश है. जो कोई नहीं करता, सर ने करके दिखाया. दिस इज द फर्स्ट टाइम इन हिस्ट्री यूनियन ऑफ साइंस एंड स्पिरिचुअलिटी इन यूनिवर्सिटी. उनका करेज को मैं सलाम करता हूं. ये यूनिवर्सिटी है कि आश्रम है? नहीं तो किसी मॉन्ग की डेयरिंग नहीं आके बोलने की, आई वोंट गेट एडमिशन इन योर कैंपस. सुबह उन्होंने कहा साधु संत यूनिवर्सिटी में नहीं आते थे. इट्स अ नेकेड फैक्ट. कैसे आएंगे? क्यों आएंगे? और कौन आने देगा? दैट्स हिज करेज. सो आज का ये इवेंट नहीं है, ये मिरेकल है. 2 महात्मा मुझे दिख रहे, ऊपर से देख रहे. एक है स्वामी विवेकानंदा और दूसरे अल्बर्ट आइंस्टाइन. एंड दे आर हैप्पी टुडे. दे आर हैप्पी टुडे क्योंकि रीयूनियन आज वापस उन्होंने जो करने की कोशिश की, आज हो रहा है. सो आई फर्स्ट कॉन्ग्रेचुलेट द टीम टू स्टार्ट सच ब्रांच, सच रिसर्च. There is no full stop in any science, be it science or spiritual science. कुठलंही शास्त्र परिपूर्ण कधी नसतं. कोई भी शास्त्र परिपूर्ण नहीं होता है, नहीं हो सकता है. There is always a comma, no full stop. Spiritual science, आध्यात्मिक शास्त्र भी परिपूर्ण नहीं है. सब जगह अनुसंधान की जरूरत है, रिसर्च की जरूरत है. Everywhere research is absolute essential, be it science, be it technology or spiritual science. वो आपने शुरू किया. So I am so glad. यानी आपने परमात्मा का ही काम शुरू किया है. So first stage जो मैंने बताया, we start with body level, then comes psychic level, then comes spiritual level, then pure awareness और कॉस्मिक कॉन्शियसनेस, यूनिवर्सल कॉन्शियसनेस. ये एक एक स्टेजेस है. दीज आर द स्टेजेस. सडनली वी कांट जंप ऑन कॉन्शियसनेस और कॉस्मिक कॉन्शियसनेस. एक मैं आपको साफ साफ बताऊं बात, फॉर कॉमन मैन और ले मैन, बुरा न मानो, प्लीज डोंट टेक इट अदरवाइज. द मोमेंट कॉमन मैन हर्ड्स द वर्ड कॉन्शियसनेस, अर्थ चांगला आहे. परब्रह्माची विशुद्ध जाणीव पटकन कळतं. परब्रह्माची, निर्गुण निराकाराची विशुद्ध जाणीव मराठीत, हिंदी में किंवा सर्वव्याप्त ईश्वरी सत्तेची विशुद्ध जाणीव पटकन कळतं. हिंदी में ईश्वर का खास एहसास, चेतना कळतं. But the moment you say consciousness, layman, common man थोड़ा डरता है, क्योंकि उसने ये शब्द कहाँ सुना? Where has he heard this word? Doctor, I'm sorry to say, in the medical terminology. क्या हुआ? कोई unconscious है? हाँ? कहाँ है? हॉस्पिटल में एडमिट है, अनकॉन्शियस है. हम एज्यूम प्रिज्यूम करते हैं कॉन्शियसनेस, कॉन्शियस को जोड़ने की अनकॉन्शियस से. दैट आर अवर कॉमन मैन्स परसेप्शन. वी कैन ब्लेम हिम. अभी जहाँ जैसे एक स्कॉलर ने कहा लैंग्विस्टिक प्रॉब्लम एंड परसेप्शन, तो लेट मी हिट दिस रॉक ऑल्सो विच इज अ हर्डल. कॉन्शियसनेस का मतलब अच्छा है, कभी कभी समझने में गलतियां होती है. सो डोंट गो फॉर सेटल्ड डेफिनेशंस. एवरीवन इज सर्चिंग डेफिनेशन. इसका मतलब क्या, और समझाने की कोशिश करता है, कोई गलत नहीं है. कैसे समझाएंगे, डेफिनेशन कहां से लाएंगे, इट डिफर्स फ्रॉम पर्सन टू पर्सन. पिंडे पिंडे मतिर भिन्ना. और चीज ऐसी पड़ी है पिंडी ते ब्रह्मांडी. द कनेक्शन इज फ्रॉम इंडिविजुअल टू द सुप्रीम बीइंग. यानी सब्जेक्ट इतना वास्ट, इतना कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है. तो आखिरी स्टेज है यूनिवर्सल कॉन्शियसनेस. उसका क्लासिक एग्जाम्पल है मेरी माऊली संत ज्ञानेश्वर. वन थिंग आई हैव नोटिस्ड, Sant Jnaneshwar has not settled for anything. Again I am repeating, Sant Jnaneshwar has not settled anything lower than the universe. He talks, he speaks, he writes only about the universe, the universe, the universe, Vishwa, 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 आणि विश्वात्मकता. Vishwatmakata means universality. See what stage he has attained. From universe he went to universality. How? How? Everywhere, sir, everywhere, be it commentary, be it prayer, be it Virani commentary, be it poetry, हे विश्वची माझी घरं, विश्व, युनिव्हर्सल होम, नो ग्लोबल विलेज, डायरेक्ट युनिव्हर्सल होम, नो विलेज. विश्वाचे आर्त माझ्या मनी प्रकाशले. दीज वर्ड्स मेक मी क्राय. टीयर्स स्टार्टेड रोलिंग फ्रॉम मी. विश्वाचे आर्त, द पेन, ॲगनी, मिझरी ऑफ द युनिवर्स स्टार्टेड टचिंग माय हार्ट. विचारावे विश्व होनी विश्वा माझी. बी अ पार्ट ऑफ द युनिवर्स. यू आर पार्ट ऑफ द युनिवर्स. विश्व स्वधर्म सूर्य पाहो. अगेन विश्व. पसायदान, युनिव्हर्सल प्रेयर. आता विश्वात्मके देवे. अगेन विश्व, युनिव्हर्सल गॉड. ही कुड हॅव टेकन एनी अदर नेम, हिज गुरु. वी टेक गणेशा और कुलदेवता. नो, विश्वात्मके देवे. एवरीवेयर यूनिवर्सैलिटी. तो ये कहाँ से आया दोस्तों? सुबह किसने पूछा? इसका सोर्स क्या है? ज्ञानेश्वर बने कैसे? साधना. ओनली पिनांस एंड पिनांस एंड पिनांस एंड पिनांस एंड पिनांस. ज्ञानेश्वरी, वॉट एवर हिज क्रिएशन, विराणी, it's called because of first hand experience. It is not second hand experience. First hand experience only could reveal such truths. Another example, Jnaneshwar attained this level within the age of only 21 years. Age is not the criteria to attain the universal consciousness. One small further example I will give you from ancient scriptures. Bhakta Prahlad. At what age? What age? Avatar incarnated in front of him. Nrusya Avatar. Everybody got scared. And he was offering boon, Vardhan, of salvation. मैं खुश हूं ये वरदान, हे मी तुला वरदान देतो. कसलं? मोक्ष. Everyone is after moksha, liberation from cycle of life and death. What that Bala Yogi said, no, I don't want this boon. Rusya avataras, why? This is Vishnu's avatar, why? He said, if you are giving me alone. Give it to all those who are trying. Look at his height achieved at such a minor age. Give it to all who are trying with me, then I'll accept. Otherwise, I won't accept. This soil has seen such Bali Yogi. Any content is incomplete without my beloved Tukaram. Any content on any subject, not only spirituality, any subject of the universe is incomplete without my beloved Tukaram. He has not followed Vedas. No. He has not followed Upanishads. He just followed Vithala. And knowledge followed him. Now choice is yours. Science to Samadhi or Samadhi to science. Mainly for my respected faculty members, I am asking. Choice is yours. Samadhi to science or science to Samadhi. Einstein chose another way. From science to Samadhi. Then only he could reveal the truth of theory of relativity. Tukaram had chosen other way. He chose Vithala. Knowledge followed him. What he is saying about Vedanta, only from 100,000 quotes, I'll just say 2-3, because I know time. ये हैंगिंग सोड मेरे सामने रखी है, घंटी बजाने वाला भी उसके सामने रखा है, तो मेरा कॉन्शियस वहां दौड़ रहा है, घंटी की तरफ दौड़ रहा है. वेद छोड़ के, उपनिषद को भूल के मेरे सामने वो घंटी और ये मॉन्स्टर दिख रहा है. वेदांचा तो अर्थ आमासीच ठावा, इतरांनी व्हावा भार माथा. We know the inner core of Vedas. Others have studied in Kashi, but that was bookish knowledge. There was no first-hand experience. That's what indirectly is suggesting. It is because of sadhana. देवच्या डोंगरावर काय केलं? काय केलं? वेद उपनिषद नाही नेली. फक्त साधना, भक्ती, devotion. This is very hardcore Veda. We carry pen drive. Tukobarai carries direct drive. Direct drive. Only 2 lines, few minimum words. मळ नाही चित्ता, तेथे देवाचीच सत्ता. Look at the height and count the numbers of words. मळ नाही चित्ता. My friends, I'm sorry to say, we all think of decorating our homes. हमको क्या करना है? घर को सजाना है. आपल्याला घरं सजवायची आहेत. कशी? झुंबर पाहिजे, कार्पेट पाहिजे, AC तर पाहिजेच पाहिजे, अप्रतिम फर्निचर पाहिजे. पुण्यात किती मॉल आहेत, किती दुकानं आहेत, किती आर्किटेक्ट, इंटेरियर डिझायनर्स आहेत. आपण सगळं करतो, सजवतो. All we are running after decorating our homes. I appreciate. But tell me one thing, my friends. Who is thinking of cleaning of the home? चित्त शुद्धीचा विचार कोण करतंय? You are more keen on decorating than cleaning. The first step is chitta shuddhi. मळ नाही चित्ता. If your conscience is clear and pure, it's not divine will rule. You will experience oneness with the divine. Oneness with the divine. वेद अनंत बोलीला, अर्थ इतुकाची साधीला. You have discussed Ved and Ved and Ved and Ved. Lot of discussion, discourses, lectures, symposium, I don't know, so many words, and thesis. I'm scared of that word because I can't write. I can't speak even. I'm speaking in my broken English. वेद अनंत बोलिला अर्थ इतुकाची साधिला विठोबासी शरण जावे. Only 3 words. Surrender yourself to Vithoba. Niz nishtha nam gave. To know Vedanta means surrender Vithala, Almighty, cosmic consciousness, universal consciousness. We always try to say time and space commonly. What he is saying, Deshakala vastu beda mavalala. Time and space, I don't know where it has gone. Atma nirvalala, look at the beautiful word. Atma nirvalala. Vishwakar zhala. Vishwakar zhala. When you attain universal consciousness, you go beyond time and space. And the last quote, Hari Vyapaka Sarvagata. Hari Vyapaka Sarvagata. He tava mukhyatve Vedanta. See how many minimum words. Alpa aksharatva. Pan artha prachanda. I remember from prayers from Vedas, Sata is my favorite. Sata Charachar Paripurna. Only 3 words. Sata, eternal. वो तब भी था आज भी है तेव्हा पण होता आजही पुढेही असेल. एटर्नल. सत मीन्स एटर्नल, शाश्वत. चराचर. Charachara means tiniest molecule of the universe. Charachara. Maybe even beyond God particle. Charachara. तीसरा शब्द है परिपूर्ण. परिपूर्ण means fully charged. Tiniest molecule of the universe is fully charged. Charged by what? Always, whenever I get chance to talk with senior Karat sir, we always talk on one single common point. Parmeshwari Vyakti nahi Shakti hai. God is not a person. God is energy. Immediately you'll ask, which energy? Science, technology, backlog of your mind. At the max, monk like me will say, vibrational energy. Taranga, Spandan Lahari. God is energy, but in different forms. Just now, Madam said, Vyakta, Avyakta, expressed and unexpressed. There is clear mention in Gita. Avyakta jasta shrestha hai. Avyakta jasta mulyavan. One which is unexpressed contains more and deeper value. Little difficult to understand because requires study. Express to know requires study, but little study. Now, what is consciousness? So much study has been done, so I won't say anything. I would just say one thing. During study, always there is a question, there is chaos. All of us are facing. And all respected faculties are here. Students ask this question. There's so much chaos. आप कहते ध्यान सीखो, तू बनता ध्यान शिका. Accept good qualities, virtues. ठीक है. But इतका वैचारिक गोंधळ, chaos. काय करायचं? What do we do? Commonly asked question all over the world. Not only in one college or one university. गोंधळ आहे, chaos आहे. कळत नाही काय करायचं, कुठल्या रस्त्याने जायचं. तर दिस बेल इज फॉर मी. सो मी माझ्या रस्त्याने जातो. 2च मार्ग वेदांते सांगतो, श्रेयस और प्रेयस. अगेन डिफिकल्ट टू ट्रान्सलेट, बट आय ट्राय बिकॉज संस्कृत शब्द. श्रेयस इज प्रिफरेबल and prayers is tempting. It tempts us. So pleasurable. So you want to go with pleasurable way or preferable? Choice is yours. Vedanta is giving you only two ways. There is no third way. But little time I will take on pleasurable way, sir. It's a crucial problem, mainly for younger generation with whom all of you are dealing. So let me speak two lines or what is pleasurable? It's a cheaper way to find out something that can make you even, what is first of all pain, agony, misery? What is it? It is called unconsciousness level. We are talking about consciousness, but please try to understand there are some minus points also. As there is minus degree, water becomes ice. Change. कॉन्शियसनेस लेवल जब नीचे आती है, चेतनेचा स्तर खाली येतो, काय होतं, आपण काय स्वीकारतो, स्वस्थ मार्ग, खालचा स्तर, स्खलन. We accept cheaper ways. Why? Because cheaper way to find out something that can make you even more unconscious. Already you are unconscious, but you select cheaper way to become more unconscious. So you cannot feel the pain, misery, ego and problems. Kshanik, rahat, aram, change. Kshan is momentary. आपण कुठे जातो? Drugs and alcohol. So I am drawing kind attention of all the faculty members. Please convey to younger generation, don't accept cheaper ways in life. Please teach something beyond syllabus. Some classroom don't have walls. Don't stick to syllabus. Take them out of the classroom. This shows how important is to know awareness and consciousness. How Vedanta or Gita helps. If Karat sir will ask me, select only 3 words, already running short with the time from Gita. 700 श्लोकातना 3 शब्द निवडा, वेळ कमी आहे. मी तुम्हाला काय देऊ? What do I give? 3 words. For entire समाज, पूर्ण 800 कोटी लोकांसाठी 3 words. Yes. For students, teenagers, youngsters, nashto moha. Remain away from temptations. Arjun said, मी मोहापासून दूर झालो. माझी इच्छा आहे प्राध्यापकांनी कृष्ण बनावं. नष्टो मोहा, त्यांना सांगा रिमेन अवे फ्रॉम टेम्पटेशन्स. त्याच्या पुढे जेव्हा आपण यू स्टार्ट करिअर 30 to 40, 50, सर्वभूत हिते रतः. जीवन जागा कशासाठी, कोणासाठी? डिवोट युअर लाईफ टू वेलफेअर, वेलनेस ऑफ all the beings, not only human beings. Gita is a condensed form of divine knowledge. Very condensed. Gita रबड़ी है, पचाना मुश्किल होता है. छाछ पचाना इजी है. दूध का दही बनाया, पानी डाला, छाछ पियो, इजी है. वो काम संतों ने किया. कृष्ण ने डायरेक्ट रबड़ी सामने रखी है. कसरत करनी पड़ती है. That is called साधना. मेहनत करावी लागते रबडी पचवायला. आता पोट बिघडेल, परत डॉक्टरकडे जावं लागेल. आता सिनियर सिटीजन्स 55, 60, व्हॉट गीता सेज, अगेन 3 words, मामेकम शरणम व्रज. मला एकट्याला शरण ये. डोंट नॉक 100 doors. Surrender to me alone. Alone word is very important. And friends, it doesn't mean alone means only Krishna. That Nirgun Nirakari speaking. It is said Bhagavan Uvach, not Krishna Uvach. Krishna is a spokesperson. How you see on TV, फला फला political party का spokesperson. ये कृष्ण नहीं बोल रहा. It's not Krishna. It is that unseen power as an exceptional case trying to communicate with you. So Mamekam Sharanam Vraja, complete surrenderance. Take refuge in me alone. Now you'll ask me, give me again 3 words. किसने कॉन्शियसनेस सिखाय भाई? हमको समझाओ. कोणाला कळला कॉन्शियसनेस? तुम्ही एवढी लेक्चर देता, प्रवचन करता. Who knows about consciousness? ती जाणीव, वो चेतना किसको मालूम पड़ी है? हम कैसे पहचानेंगे? हमारे एकेडमिक वर्ल्ड में ठप्पा यूनिवर्सिटी का बीए, एमए, एमफिल, पीएचडी, कुछ तो है। गीता के पास भी है। फर्स्ट क्वालिटी से स्थित प्रज्ञ। कोणाला कळला कॉन्शियसनेस? जो स्थित प्रज्ञ है, वन हुज माइंड इज स्टेबल, अचीव स्टेबिलिटी ऑफ माइंड, अवेयरनेस, कॉशियसनेस। व्हाट इज कॉशियसनेस? व्हाट इज ध्यान? होश में जियो, होश से जियो। दूसरा शब्द है संयमी। नाउ आई वोंट कोट द फुल वर्स। संयमी, इट्स नॉट मीनिंग कंट्रोल। या निशाम तस्याम जागृति, या निशाम सर्वभूतानाम तस्याम जागृति संयमी, यानी जो रात को जागता है वो संयमी। तो मैं आपसे पूछूंगा, रात को वॉचमैन भी जागता है, चौकीदार भी जागता है। विल यू कॉल हिम संयमी और योगी? नो। संयमी मीन्स whose mind is serene, tranquil, absolute tranquil. Third, samatva buddhi, balanced mind, absolute balanced mind. These qualities who possessed will come across universal consciousness. Now all of you have come here. Someone will say, I am here, I am alive, मैं जिंदा हूँ, मैं जीवंत है। Conscious level, accepted. It is not even awareness level. त्याच्या पुढची पायरी, further, if someone say, I have spent money, I took cab, or I took fuel for my car, and I reached this Sant Jnaneshwara hall, I have spent time, money, labor, energy since morning. True, that is ट्रांजैक्शनल रियलिटी, व्यावहारिक वास्तव, वास्तव आहे, व्यावहारिक आहे. पण जेव्हा इथे आलेली व्यक्ती म्हणेल, द पर्सन हू इज सिटिंग हिअर विल से, फ्रॉम वेअर एम आय हिअर, व्हॉट फॉर एम आय हिअर, व्हॉट इज पर्पज ऑफ माय लाईफ, व्हॉट इज माय स्पिरिच्युअल मिशन, हू एम आय? दॅट मीन्स प्युअर अवेकनेस. प्युअर अवेकनिंग स्टार्टेड. ही विल रीच टू द divine consciousness, cosmic consciousness, universal consciousness. A, B, C. Conscious. Transactional reality is just can't ignore. I entered and somebody, I think somebody scholar spoke one word with me. Again, I'll take only 1.5 minutes. I said, what do I speak here? I told that scholar, the word referred was very व्हॅल्युएबल. मध्ये एकदा पुण्यातना जाताना ऋषिकेशला मी मिठाई घेतली. आई टुक सम स्वीट्स, मैंने मिठाई लिया. तो खोके पे लिखा था शुद्ध घी से बनी हुई मिठाई, मिठाई मेड फ्रॉम प्योर घी. सो आई आस्क्ड दैट स्वीट वाला, मी दुकान वाल्याला विचारलं, मैंने पूछा आपके पास इम्प्योर घी से बनी हुई मिठाई भी मिलती है क्या? ही वॉज शॉक्ड. त्याने माझ्याकडे भूत दयेच्या नजरेने बघितला. विचारणारा कोण आहे? आपके पास इम्प्योर घी से बनी हुई मिठाई मिलती है क्या? डू यू मेक मिठाई भी इम्प्योर घी ऑल्सो? देन ही सेड, बाबा जी बात ऐसी है, चारों तरफ इतनी इम्प्योरिटी है, जब हम शुद्ध घी लिखते हैं लोगों को अच्छा लगता है, बहुत प्यारा लगता है. वो कभी आपके जैसा पूछते नहीं, उनको अच्छा लगता है. मतलब क्यों अच्छा लगता है? यू नो व्हाट ही सेड? क्योंकि वो झूठे तसल्ली में जीते हैं. सी व्हाट नॉलेज वन स्वीट मीट वाला कैन गिव इन इंडिया. वो झूठे तसल्ली में जीती है. आई कॉल इट सर सोशल प्लेसिबो. इट इज सोशल प्लेसिबो विच इज इन मेडिकल टर्म. हम झूठे तसल्ली में कैसे जीती है? लुक एट अवर एडवर्टाइजमेंट. वी आर बम्बार्डेड. टीवी, इंटरनेट. व्हाट इज इट? आपल्या जाणीवेला बोथट करतायत. इट्स बॉम्ब अटैक ऑन अवर अवेयरनेस. वी गेट कैरिड अवे. ये भी लेना, वो भी लेना, वो भी लेना. इसलिए मॉल में भीड़ है, चंगळवाद माजला है. आपली जी शक्ति है, विचार शक्ति, जाणीव बोथट होते हैं. इसलिए अवेयरनेस की जरूरत है, सेंसिटिविटी की जरूरत है. वन experience I have taken many places, and you are also taking it. Many times college students come to me and ask one simple question. Even today, the professor, doctor who was taking me from cab, I asked him same question. स्टूडेंट मुझे पूछते हैं, आप एक ही सवाल का जवाब दो, या तो हमें मंत्र दो, मतलब कौन सा मंत्र आपको चाहिए, आप हमें एक मंत्र दो, क्या आपका प्रॉब्लेम क्या, व्हॉट इज योर प्रॉब्लेम, आपकी तुमची समस्या काय आहे. आम्हाला सगळे येतो, वी नो एवरीथिंग, सब आता है, बट वेन वी गो टू एग्जाम हॉल हम सब भूल जाते. इन एग्जाम हॉल वी फॉरगेट एव्हरीथिंग, अदरवाइज वी रिमेंबर एव्हरीथिंग. घरी, दारी, कॉलेजमध्ये, ट्युशन क्लासमध्ये सगळं आठवतं. मंत्र द्या, काय मंत्र देणार. यू नो व्हॉट आय टोल्ड देम. आणि जास्त करून सायन्स स्टुडंट विचारतात, म्हणून त्यांना सांगितलं व्हॉट आर्किमिडीज डिड. Archimedes was relaxing in a bathtub and the Eureka movement happened. So what is required? Stillness of the mind. Extreme stillness of the mind is required. Answer will come from within. So the solution is sadhana. Sadhanam anekam. I am not dogmatic for only meditation. कुठली साधना करा जी तुम्हाला आवडेल, जपेल, झेमेल, what whichever you like, which is suitable and convenient, परंतु साधना करा. That's why there is separate chapter in Gita, chapter number 6, Dhyana Yoga. There is only ray of hope to the world from India today, from this darkness of violence. So the responsibility is more on mother, father and guru. So I request again all the gurus, along with your academic study and research, please start sadhana. Every coin has got two sides. Otherwise, one side of your coin will remain blank. Let there be parallel run. Sadhana bhi karo, research bhi karo. So whatever I could deliver today, I am a pizza delivery boy. If there is any mistake, kindly forgive me. It all, whatever he gave me, in my broken English I have delivered. I am a courier wala. So whatever he has given, please ask your question to him directly and he will answer you. Thank you so much for giving me time, sir. Thank you so much. Jai Jagat.
Thank you, Honorable Yogi Amarnath ji. While I was listening to his talk, there were a few thoughts and observations running through my mind. One was how we view material life and spiritual life differently. All of us have got one option. Either you can lead an eternally material life or you can lead an eternally spiritual life. The choice is yours. And you can combine both. And that's also yours. So it's something for you to munch on. And the second thing Yogi ji was talking about was the need for the practice, not external practice. It is the internal journey to your own self. The more you can dwell onto the self, dive into yourself, the more the answers come as far as consciousness is concerned. The third aspect is, do we use anything different in spirituality as opposed to materiality? If we learn any science, any subject that we teach children in the schools and colleges, what are the three things that they use? They use awareness, they use observation, they use feeling. Beyond these three, we also use the same thing in spiritual sadhana as well. You develop enhanced awareness, you develop acute vision in terms of your observations, and you develop an enhanced level of feeling. So if you can apply this to both your studies and outside the studies, that will help. Yogiji was also talking about one point in terms of whether you want to become a scientist first and then a philosopher or a spiritual person, or you want to become a spiritual person first and then a scientist. In fact, most of our rishis were basically spiritual people who then went on to develop science. So, because they went on to develop science, they did not actually contribute much to the destruction of the world. Unfortunately, the first feeling that Eisenhower, when they detonated this atomic bomb in the 1940s, the first feeling that he had was of sadness. So what have I done? He actually went into depression and guilt for some period of time post that explosion. So with these few words, I would now like to invite Mr. Vivek Sawant, organizer, or point to me at the time. So Mr. Vivek Sawant is a managing director of Maharashtra Knowledge Corporation Limited. He serves on the board of directors of several organizations, and the main topic that he's going to discuss today is about consciousness to usher in world peace. Please give him a round of big applause. So I hand over the mic to him.
I hope I'm audible. I hope I'm audible. Are you getting some echo? Okay. It's okay. Honorable Dr. Bhatkar, Professor Parad, and the organizers of this program, and my co-panelists. Previous speaker said that he is just like a compounder. So I must say that I'm like a receptionist in the hospital. So much unaware of this whole area of consciousness. The organizers normally want some change of taste. So if there is a lot of display of knowledge, then they also need some speakers who are absolutely ignorant about the topic. And hence I'm here. So basically, Dr. Bhatkar always taught me to understand that we know nothing. And perhaps my speech is the concrete expression of that. This university has a main mission of propagating world peace. And this university is starting the School of Consciousness. And therefore, the pursuit of this school should be propagation of world peace. What are the basic threats to the world peace? There are three. One is the greed for wealth, the greed for power, and the greed for spreading or imposing one's own culture. Sampatti, Satta, and Sanskriti. Why do these three greeds arise? As Dr. Bhatkar took me once in Sadhakashram in Alandi, and there Guruvarya Sakhre Maharaj gave me the insight that there are two illusions among all of us, and that's why these three greeds arise. First illusion is Bheda Bhranti. That is, we always think that you and me are different. We think like that because we consider ourselves as our bodies rather than the cosmic soul, which is the unity among all of us. So, the second illusion is Abheda Bhranti. That is, we consider that our body and our soul are one and the same. And the first one, the Bheda Bhranti, gives rise to conflict between you and me. And the second one, the Abheda Bhranti, creates a conflict between me and the nature. Because once I believe that I am my body, then all the bodily pleasures become my pursuit of life. And that results into consumerism and global warming and greenhouse effects and climate catastrophe and all those things. So basically, the world peace requires that these two illusions are minimized, if not eliminated. And therefore, the School of Consciousness may attempt to minimize these two illusions. Now, there are certain modern challenges before us in the wake of these two illusions. The most important challenge is because of advent of the artificial intelligence, what is happening is that the intelligence is getting decoupled from consciousness, and there is an emergence of what is called as non-conscious intelligence due to the algorithms. There is big data which leads to machine learning, it leads to the artificial intelligence algorithms. So these algorithms are the prime source of decoupling between the intelligence and the consciousness. Now, as a result, these algorithms are influencing the human beings in a very, very unprecedented manner, and therefore it has resulted into a largest and perhaps the sharpest discontinuity in the history of human civilization. Because all the previous thinkers believed that, as rightly said by Madam in the morning, the supremeness of Ichha Shakti. Now that is challenged. We believed that human beings are having the gift of free will. But now it is very clear that you and me are being influenced completely by the recommendation engines. So the threat to the world peace is coming from this non-conscious intelligence. You and me believe that the source of all our behavior, all our actions and reactions are resulting out of our free will, because we are human beings, we are great. But if you decipher, analyze the origins of this, you may find them in the non-conscious intelligence. So the challenge before us is to develop the new generation which will go back to the union of their intelligence and the consciousness, rather than depending on this kind. The school of consciousness, therefore, might attempt to create the further progress in what is called as explainable AI, or I would call the Satyagrahi AI, which will go in the, like Dr. Shukla is sitting here, which will go in search of Athato Satya Jidnyasa, in addition to Athato Dharma Jidnyasa, Athato Brahma Jidnyasa. The second important thing is that in the modern life, as the economics and as the markets and the world liberal world and the supremacy of the consumers prompted, we have gone ahead to an extent where we are trying to, make our lives through the modern jobs that we perform more and more and more narrow and narrow and narrow. So the wide-ranging human capabilities, the wide-ranging human experiences which contributed to our consciousness are reducing. We are becoming narrow and cogs in the machine kind of personalities. 90% of the modern jobs performed by 90% of the people on the planet do not use 90% of intrinsic human capabilities. And that is the challenge before us, because we are getting reduced more and more into machines, more and more into robots, which will be guided by the non-conscious algorithms. As a result, the quest before us for the school of consciousness is perhaps to influence or to develop the students who will be educated to display wide-ranging intrinsic human capabilities, which include compassion, which include love, which include creativity, and which includes the most important ability of human beings, and that is for any external stimulus, the human beings have freedom to choose. This was the gift of Mahatma Gandhi and Viktor Frankl. Viktor Frankl thought that what is that great thing which I possess, which Hitler cannot take away from me in the concentration camp where Viktor Frankl was about to be killed in the gas chamber. The discovery was that for any external stimulus, man has freedom to choose. I think this is getting narrowed down, and we are getting influenced by more and more of the market forces, and therefore the ultimate threat is, because I am not experiencing freedom, and the 21st century has resulted into extreme inequality, again because of the algorithms, again because of the supremacy of intellectual property and concentration of royalties with few corporations, that 1% of the people on the planet have the wealth equivalent to 450 crore people on the other side of the scale of income. As a result, the world is on an atomic bomb. And therefore, the realization that he and me are same. There is a cosmic soul, Atmyache Ekarupatva. And more that understanding prevails, the more and more you will contribute to the world peace. Unfortunately, our education system, as Albert Einstein said, is creating trained hunting dogs because it is completely devoid of the human values. And therefore, the quest before this university and this school especially is to propagate this thought among the traditional universities. In that sense, I consider this as a very modern university, which is trying to guide other universities as to what is the sole purpose of the... sorry, I have 2.54 minutes still left and there is still the bell ringing. I don't know why. Okay, so the purpose, therefore, of this school should be to awaken other universities to contribute in this direction. And therefore, the purpose of the education is now reverse the direction of downgrading of mind that is taking place because of a multiplicity of forces that I mentioned, is to upgrade the human mind and create diversity of experiences. If I am same as the bats on this planet and I am same as the whales on the planets, and there is a cosmic soul, then perhaps the technology for an upgraded mind can give me those experiences which the bats get because of the echolocation, or the whales get with 200 kilometers of music, so that I become one with them. And therefore, my experiences can be brought to a wide spectrum of mental states, which perhaps it can result into democratization of the supreme tranquility that some of the yogis derive out of meditation. And perhaps we can create technologies which can bring those kinds of experiences, because those mental states have been looked down upon by the Western thinkers. And that is why really we are not experiencing that supreme tranquility and that supreme sensitivity within us. Perhaps technology might help us. I think that Dr. Bhatkar is here and he can guide this school for creating such wonderful technologies which can democratize the, the sources which only few yogis got it. I think here there are many students and they have the span of attention of less than 15 minutes. So by thanking all the listeners, I conclude. Thank you.
In your mission. Thank you.
Moving on to the next topic of the day. Mr. Patre, our esteemed speaker, the previous speaker, spoke about machine learning and how it can be a threat to human civilization. I was just getting a thought, apart from using intelligence, can we use the intelligence for producing emotions? And from that emotions, can we make the experience wholesome? So because what is being created now is a partial experience. So a human life is holistic in its nature. It has a conscious element to it. And for it to be successful, it needs to be spiritually directed. All these three elements are absolutely necessary for a person to have a good material and a spiritual life. So with these thoughts, we will move on to the next speaker, our esteemed Mr. Vivek Sawantji, who is the managing director, Mr. Milind Patreji, who is the Associate Dean of the Faculty of Peace Studies at MIT-WPU University. He has earlier served as professor and coordinator for winning personality development programs of MIT Pune. He is a spiritual and motivational speaker and a public speaker for the last 20 years. He has Masters in Philosophy from Pune University and Civil Engineering degree from the 90s from the College of Engineering, Amravati. He is going to be speaking today on the topic of transformation of consciousness for world peace from a yogic perspective. I welcome him and please give him a round of big applause.
Thank you so much, revered Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karad sir, revered Bhatkar sir, Yogi ji, other dignitaries on the dais of the dais. Because all the learned speakers, distinguished speakers talked about stillness of the mind, so I decided that in my given 15 minutes, only 5 minutes I'll speak, and remaining 10 minutes we will create an experience in which we can achieve that stillness of the mind which everybody hankers upon. But I am tempted to speak only about what Dr. Vishwanath Karad sir has done in the past 25-30 years, and especially so when we became MIT World Peace University. The peace program was launched. The subjects was meticulously planned out of the Karad sir's inner connectivity with the source, because unless you are connected with the source, that accurate understanding cannot dawn upon. So we decided to go ahead with the program of peace program, and there is a subject called as the theme of the conference, and the subject which we teach our students, it resonates the same. So I'll just go with the PowerPoint and hopefully you will see that. So various level peace we think about. There are 6 core peace studies subject we teach, including the philosophy of science and religion / spirituality.
as Yogi ji has said that yes, probably this is the only university in the entire world wherein these types of subject for every student entering into the university, whether it is a BCom first year student or MTech first year students, they undergo this type of mandatory core peace studies program, 12 credits for peace studies subjects, 2 credits for yoga, and so 14 credits. So even before the NEP was launched and NEP made it mandatory, voluntarily this university has been doing the same thing over a period of many years, and especially in the last 25 years. So one of the subject is this scientific studies of mind, matter, spirit and consciousness. Yes, the very same subject we understand, we teach to our students. This is a 2 credit. And just one significant aspect I am going to discuss with you in the limited time, so that we can get a glance at, okay, these are the things we have already been doing. We have already been making people understand what is consciousness all about. The students of MIT-WPU, yes, they have heard the world with all its implications, and not only the world consciousness, but how to refine our consciousness also, how to sublimate it. And so probably just I go to the previous slide, and again it talks about various approaches for world peace. One of the approach of the Eastern philosophy is transformation of consciousness leads to peace. This is what we believe in. This is what ancient wisdom tradition believes, that it is the transformation of the inner consciousness. It leads to peace, not only the peace strategies and the peace dialogues and the peace meetings. Because if you want to understand chemistry, what you are going to do? You are going to read the book of chemistry. But if you want to understand mind, if you want to understand emotions, if you want to understand Atman, where is the book? The book is only your own mind and your own heart. And so with open eyes you cannot learn that. You have to close your eyes and remain aware. Then only we peep into that consciousness and that inner reality. So in this subject, this is one topic we consider, and that is evolution of consciousness or transformation of consciousness. Now there is a one significant thing you can see in the slide, that what evolves. When we say evolution, what evolves? Our physical body has already evolved. Now we cannot say that after 500 years man will have 4 legs and 2 heads, and because it is the humanity has already come to the physical evolution to an extent where further evolution is not possible. So physically we have already evolved. Soul is eternally evolved. It is eternal. There is no modification possible. So if the physical body has already evolved, if the soul, there is no scope of evolution, it is eternally, then what evolves? And we teach our students, or we tell our students, that the ancient Indian tradition system yogis say that we are not only one body, we are basically 3 bodies. The gross body, the physical body, as said in the slide, the soul, causal body, and in between we have the subtle body, Sukshma Sharir, astral body. And it is the Sukshma Sharir or the subtle body which is nothing but an interplay of Chit, Manas, Buddhi and Ahankar. This evolves. So when we talk about evolution, we are not talking about evolution of research, innovation, technology, science. It's okay. But basically it is the evolution or transformation of our own subtle bodies. And when we talk about the subtle bodies, consciousness on its own cannot evolve. Again, we need to really understand, nobody can directly say that, okay, how evolve consciousness? Consciousness cannot directly evolve. It is the interplay of all other 3 bodies. Other 3 bodies like Manas, Buddhi, Ahankar, mind, ego, and the intellect. When these get refined, consciousness on its own then gets refined. It is like a canvas to a painter. For example, there are many colors, but of what use are the colors unless there is a canvas? On that canvas, the interplay of all the beautiful colors, and that creates a beautiful painting. Similarly, on the canvas of Chit, the interplay of ego, intellect, and Manas, mind, when these get refined, when these colors get beautiful, the painting of our life, the activity, is become better. And the only way to refine our subtle body, our mind, is, it is said, Patanjali is the greatest name in the field of yoga. Many times people don't understand that Patanjali is not a Hindu. Gravity is not Christian. Yoga is not Sanatan. Just because accidentally a Christian man developed gravity, we don't say gravity is Christian. Or accidentally somebody created electricity, we don't say electricity is Mohammedan or Christian. Similarly, accidentally one Hindu priest or Muni developed the concept of yoga doesn't mean that yoga is a religion or yoga is Hindu. It is for entirety. And that's why revered Professor Karat sir says that world India has given these two, or we can say our ancient wisdom tradition has given these two greatest gift to the humanity, and that is the Om and yoga. But then we need to really understand through, there are many things in life which we learn through the such type of symposiums, books, but there are immensely important things in life which we can learn and understand only when we achieve to a stillness of the mind. But unfortunately, and I reciprocate the feelings of Samanji also, that I'm sorry to say, but many times in our whole day schedule, there is not even 5 minutes for closing our eyes and relaxing. Sometimes we feel even 5 minutes is a waste of time. What a waste of, what a thinking is this? Out of 10 hours of symposium, if we cannot find 10 minutes of closing our eyes, then how can we evolve our consciousness? And how we can talk about transformation? It is impossible. Because only gross things we understand through reading, through hearing. The subtlest of the things we can understand only when we delve deeper into ourselves. And that's what meditation. Somebody said, a great sage said, that man has only two choices, meditation or madness. We have to choose. And we can see around how the whole world is becoming a madness. Saman sir said the same thing, that we have become automaton machines. Others put us on and off. We don't have the right. We don't have the flexibility. And so probably we need to get into that. So in this subject of scientific studies of mind, matter, spirit, consciousness, we developed we take use of some meditation techniques which relate to the purity of the heart, because only brain we cannot depend upon. We have to take the subtle wisdom of the heart, because the heart has a brain which is powerful than the brain which is situated in the skull. But people have not heard probably how to take use of this gut brain or this heart. And so what we are going to do is that I'm just going to appeal and request that a few minutes we will go. It is actually 6-7 minutes. There will be a guided Hindi relaxation. I promise you, if you for 7-8 minutes just listen to this silent music along with Hindi guided suggestions, I'm sure that after 7-8 minutes, yes, the purpose of this conference, that to achieve the stillness of the mind so that we can learn, we can know. It is said that education is not how much we know, but the capacity to know more. That is education. So for that mind, as Karat sir says, he wants a student who is physically fit, mentally alert, intellectually sharp, and spiritually elevated. These are the attributes Karat sir wants in his every student. What a noble thought. And for that we need transformation of the consciousness, and for that we need some meditative practice also. So I request the technical team to very slowly, gently play the guided relaxation, wherein I will request all my participants, all the guests on the dais also, to gently close their eyes. Don't open your eyes unless it is over. There is nothing wrong is going to happen. We are just going to enjoy the whole things. It is only about 7-8 minutes. So I request everyone to gently close your eyes. Just close your eyes, everyone. आंखें बंद रखें और शरीर बिल्कुल ढीला छोड़ दे। बिल्कुल शिथिल छोड़ दे शरीर। कोई तनाव न रखे शरीर के किसी अंग पर। दोनों पैर, दोनों हाथ, सारा शरीर, सिर, चेहरा बिल्कुल शिथिल छोड़ दे, ढीला छोड़ दे, हल्का छोड़ दे। चेहरे पर कोई तनाव ना हो, सिर पर कोई तनाव ना हो। आंखें बिल्कुल हल्के से बंद रहे। ओठ बिल्कुल हल्के से बंद रहे। कोई तनाव न रहे चेहरे पर। याद करें जब आप छोटे छोटे बच्चे रहे होंगे, बिल्कुल वैसी ही निर्दोषता, वैसा ही सादगीपन, वैसी ही बेफिक्री। बिल्कुल छोड़ दे सारा शरीर, सिर, चेहरा ढीला छोड़ दे। ठीक है। अपना सारा ध्यान अपनी स्वाभाविक श्वासों पर दे। स्वाभाविक श्वासें जैसी चलती हो, कोई जबरदस्ती ना करे, न जबरदस्ती ले न जबरदस्ती छोड़े। स्वाभाविक सहज जैसी चल रही हो चलने दे। शिथिल हो तो शिथिल हो, तेज हो तो तेज हो, गहरी हो तो गहरी हो। आप सिर्फ देखें, जैसी चल रही हो चलने दे। जस्ट वॉच इट। धीरे धीरे शरीर शिथिल होता जाएगा, मन शांत होता जाएगा। और श्वासें सहज और धीमी और गहरी होती चली जाएंगी। शरीर शिथिल होता जा रहा है। शरीर शिथिल, हल्का, रिलैक्स होता जा रहा है। मन शांत होता जा रहा है। श्वासें सहज, धीमी और गहरी होती चली जा रही है। अब हम शरीर के एक एक हिस्से को और अधिक शिथिल और रिलैक्स करते चले जाएंगे। मन की आंखों से दोनों पैरों को देखें। कमर से पंजों तक देखें दोनों पैरों को। देखिए पैरों में कहीं कोई तनाव तो नहीं, कहीं कोई खिंचाव, दर्द। जो भी तनाव हो, दर्द हो दोनों पैरों में, उन्हें शिथिल छोड़ दे, हल्का छोड़ दे, रिलैक्स छोड़ दे। दोनों पैर शिथिल हो गए, टोटली रिलैक्स। मन की आंखों से दोनों हाथों को देखें। कंधों से हथेलियों तक, उंगलियों तक देखें। दोनों हाथों में कहीं तनाव तो नहीं, कहीं पीड़ा, कहीं दर्द तो नहीं। जो भी तनाव हो, जो भी दर्द हो दोनों हाथों में, उन्हें शिथिल छोड़ दे। रिलैक्स्ड। दोनों हाथ शिथिल हो गए। टोटली रिलैक्स। शरीर के सारे पिछले हिस्सों को देखे मन की आंखों से। कमर, सारी पीठ, रीढ़ की सारी हड्डी, गर्दन। देखे शरीर के इन पिछले अंगों में कहीं दर्द तो नहीं, कहीं खिंचाव, तनाव, पीड़ा। जो भी तनाव हो, जो भी दर्द हो, उन्हें शिथिल छोड़ दे। रिलैक्स छोड़ दे। शरीर के सारे पिछले अंग शिथिल हो गए। टोटली रिलैक्स। मन की आंखों से शरीर के सभी अगले अंगों को देखे। पेट, छाती, हृदय, गला, देखे इन अंगों में कहीं तनाव तो नहीं, कहीं दर्द तो नहीं, कहीं पीड़ा तो नहीं। जो भी तनाव हो, जो भी दर्द हो इन अंगों में, उन्हें शिथिल छोड़ दे। रिलैक्स। शरीर के सारे अगले अंग शिथिल हो गए। टोटली रिलैक्स। अब चेहरे के एक एक हिस्से को शिथिल छोड़ते चले जाए। ओठों से नीचे का हिस्सा रिलैक्स। दोनों ओठ रिलैक्स। दोनों गाल रिलैक्स। कान रिलैक्स। नोज रिलैक्स्ड। दोनों आंखें रिलैक्स्ड। दोनों भौहें रिलैक्स्ड। सारा मस्तिष्क टोटली रिलैक्स्ड। सारा सिर, सिर का एक एक कोना टोटली रिलैक्स्ड। सारा मस्तिष्क, सिर रिलैक्स्ड। मस्तिष्क का एक एक हिस्सा रिलैक्स्ड। होल बॉडी टोटली रिलैक्स्ड। सारा शरीर पांव से सिर तक, सिर से पांव तक टोटली रिलैक्स्ड। रिलैक्स्ड। 1 मिनट के लिए इस स्थिति में रहे। Just watch your breath. धीरे धीरे लौटाना है। धीरे से अपने दोनों हाथ एक दूसरे पर मलिए, स्पर्श का अनुभव करें, प्रेम का, ऊर्जा का अनुभव करें, अपने गालों पर, चेहरे पर, माथ पर। धीरे से अपने हाथों को घुमा लीजिए। रिवर्ड प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर कराड़ साहब की इच्छा है कि एक 2 मिनट का ओमकार का भी एक हम जाप कर लें। तो टेक्निकल टीम से पुनः एक बार निवेदन है कि मांडुक्य उपनिषद ने जो ओमकार, हमारा सबसे छोटा उपनिषद, लेकिन जिसके ऊपर शंकराचार्य जी ने भी भाष्य किया है, और वो कहते हैं कि ओमकार हमारे तीनों जो कॉन्शियसनेस की स्टेट्स है, जागृत, स्वप्न और सुषुप्ति, अ उ म, ये तीनों जो शब्द है वो तीनों स्थितियों से जुड़े हुए हैं, और पूरा मेथोडोलॉजी है उसमें, तो कि किस तरह से उसके जो बीमारियां है उससे भी ठीक हो जाए। तो हम इतना तो ना करें, लेकिन अगर ओम को भी हम 2 मिनट अगर शांत हम साथ साथ म्यूज़िक के साथ सभी लोग करेंगे। टेक्निकल टीम से निवेदन है कि वो ओमकार का जो ध्वनि है और हम सभी लोग सम्मिलित हो उसमें। प्लीज़ प्ले द म्यूज़िक। ओम। Close your eyes, participate please. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। पुनः एक बार धीरे से अपनी आंखें खोलिए। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ऑर्गेनाइजर्स फॉर गिविंग दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी। थैंक यू सो मच। नमस्कार।
We've got a laboratory for consciousness studies situated atop the hill. So the invited delegates and guest speakers, their arrangements have been made to go to this laboratory by vehicles which are parked down in the parking. And the youngsters who are full of energy are requested to join us by climbing up with a short climb up to this lab of consciousness studies. We'll just complete one formality, sir, the felicitation of the speakers. Thank you. Tell the names. We'll call the names.
We request Miss Anandi Ravinath also to come to stage and Professor Ramakrishna Ji Bhatt to come to stage.
started. We will now proceed to the consciousness laboratory situated on the hill. The youngsters may please trek it up to the small trek going up, and for the delegates and speakers, we have arranged vehicles down.